Major Christina Hopper has no ordinary job. Sure, she has a desk and a uniform, but her company vehicle is an F-16 fighter jet. Women like Christina are rare. In fact, she made history as the first African-American female to fly a fighter jet in combat during a major war. Her groundbreaking feat landed her in magazines like Ebony and Good Housekeeping. She's appeared on several talk shows, including Oprah. However, Christina says her success as a Black woman isn't what defines her.
My identity has always been and always will be in Christ. Being a child of God defines everything that drives my goals, everything that drives how I live and act on a day-to-day basis.
Christina's fellow pilots recognized that faith. So when she earned her wings and it came time to give her a nickname or handle, they knew just what to call her.
And they named me Thumper for Bible Thumper, which is a name that I became very proud of because I think that it defined me probably better than any name that they could have given me.
Now, your mom and dad were both in the Air Force, right? But you didn't have any plans to follow in their footsteps.
I didn't. In fact, when I was getting ready to go to college, my mom asked me if I would like to apply for the Air Force Academy. I told her, no, Mom, I'm not interested in going into the Air Force.
But just before college, she had second thoughts about the service and joined Air Force ROTC.
I thought, well, I'll just try this out and see how it works. And if I like it, then maybe I'll stick with it. I became more and more drawn to having a career there.
In her junior year, her commanding officer made a suggestion that changed her plans.
He told me that he thought that I should be a pilot. I said, you know, sir, I don't know if that's for me.
Christina prayed about it. Later, she had a dream about planes and pilots that she says gave her the answer.
I woke up that next morning and I knew that God wanted me to go be a pilot.
Christina began pilot training, but worried that her career would keep her from her other goals.
The main thing that I thought I was going to achieve in college was getting married and then having children. Neither one of those things happened for me by the time I was graduating college. So then as I'm pursuing this career as a pilot in the military and then on as a fighter pilot, I thought to myself, nobody wants to marry a female fighter pilot.
Yet when she least expected it, Christina met Aaron Hopper in flight school. 8 months later, they married. As a fellow pilot, Aaron knew Christina would face dangers.
I don't think I ever worried about her. I trusted that she was in good hands and that God would take care of her while she was going into combat.
As it turned out, the couple would have to lean on that faith. Christina was called into combat, and during a mission over Iraq at 49,000 feet, her plane was struck by lightning.
It knocked out my threat warning system, which basically tells you whether or not you're being targeted by surface-to-air missiles or anti-aircraft artillery. I had to make a decision about whether or not to continue the mission or not. So I told my flight lead what had happened, and together we made a decision that we were going to continue to press towards the target, and we're able to make it home without incident. So that was a huge blessing.
When Christina returned from her mission, she received an Air Medal for bravery. And just recently, she was promoted to Major. For Christina, though, the biggest thrills came when she gave birth to her 2 children, Aaliyah and Asher. Both, she says, are answers to prayer.
He said, not only am I going to give you those things that I want you to do, but I'm also going to give you the desire of your heart, which was to be married and to have children.
Say hi to Aaliyah.
He's, I feel like, blessed me beyond what I could ever have imagined. So I think that that's what my life's about. It's about God's sovereignty and learning to follow Him instead of feeling like I have to be the pilot in charge, like I am sometimes in my jet.